Oh, split screen. Now that is pure class. Okay, yeah, you've got the world traveller thing totally covered. And I reckon you got Crimbo covered too. Nice one.
You never believed in fairy tales, knights in shining armour or happily ever after. But you believed when the right one came along, you'd be ready. Time to shine. Extra.
Afternoon.
Hello.
Okay. No offence to anyone, but we're going to try and get in and out of here pretty quickly today. So, Ian, if you could start us off, and then we'll try and quickly move around the room to finish off the broadcast. Thanks.
Antonio, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can you give us an update, please, on David Luiz? Do you have any indication as to when he might be able to play for you?
But, David has a big inflammation in his knee, and we are trying to solve the situation with the doctor, and it's important to assess the situation day by day, and to try to solve this problem. But I don't know when he's able to come back with us. But for sure, with the doctor, with the medical department, we are trying to solve his situation. But the situation, this inflammation is in his knee.
Is he doing any sort of training work at all, or is he just indoors in the gym?
Yeah, but for sure the player is working apart, and the last days was out and to work in the pool, and today I saw him and on the pitch to try to run a bit, but very very slow. Yeah, I think that. This is a serious problem, but we hope to solve this problem as soon as possible.
There have been reports that you had a meeting with him this week. How frustrated is he by what's happening at the moment? By not playing?
Yeah, but I think every player is frustrated when you don't play, and especially when you have an injury, you know. And for sure there is a lot of frustration for the injury, and because I think every player wants to have the training session, want to try to put the coach in difficulty in the choices, and they understand because I was player, and when I was injured, and for sure my feeling was very bad. It was sad because you want to feel very well and then to be available for the competition, for the training session, then to be in contention for the competition. But the injury is part of our job, of their job, no? Because now I'm a coach. Yeah.
Tell us about Alvaro Morata. Is he available for you again this weekend? He didn't feature at Huddersfield. He had a bit of was it a back problem?
Yeah, and he's better, and he trained with us. He have trained with us 2 days ago, yesterday, and also today. And he has this pain in his back, but he's in contention for tomorrow's game.
We learned this week that he's watching DVDs of Didier Drogba. Does he need to be more like Didier Drogba as a player, as a striker?
I think two different players, different characteristics. But Didier Drogba, I think he wrote the history of this club, and he's a wonderful player. He's a wonderful striker, also because he's continuing to play, yeah, and he's a great striker. I think he's a powerful, more powerful than Alvaro. But Alvaro, don't forget, he has a lot of space for improvement, and he's strong physically. He's a technical player, and I see a great future for Alvaro.
Do you have any other concerns ahead of this weekend's match against Southampton? Any injury concerns?
No new injuries. No, and all my players are available for tomorrow's game. No worries about injuries.
As far as Southampton is concerned, do you see them as perhaps a slightly different team to the one last season under Claude Puel? Have they changed a little?
I can tell you that for sure tomorrow the game will be very difficult for us, because for me Southampton is a really good team, and they have a lot of good players, young players, but good players with a great future. And I think that for sure I would prefer that Southampton to win the game against Leicester instead to lose in this way. For one, at home, I heard the interview post game from the coach, from Pellegrino. Yeah, and we must pay great attention. Because this team is very strong. It's a good team. The players are very fast. They can play very well in counter-attack. And Austin, Redmond, I think Tadic, but there are a lot of good players. Long, but I repeat, and we must pay great attention. And tomorrow, my expectation to suffer. Yeah, I have this sensation, and we must pay great attention tomorrow.
What do you make of the bottom half of the Premier League table at the moment? Southampton in 11th place with 18 points. Swansea in 20th position with 12 points. There's only 6 points separating the bottom half of the table. Yeah,
but if you pay attention, and in this season we dropped points with if you remember, against West Ham, and West Ham in the time that we played against them was at the bottom of the table. We dropped points against Crystal Palace, and if you remember, at that time Crystal Palace was at the bottom of the table. Yeah. I repeat, we must pay great attention every game, because every game is very difficult. And for sure, to find Southampton in this position, I'm a bit surprised, because their potentiality is more than this.
At the top, Manchester City have now won 15 Premier League matches in a row. You played for some great teams. You've played against some great teams. People are talking about them being the best Premier League team ever. Where do they rank for you?
For sure, Manchester City is not a surprise for me, and but maybe also for you, because at the start of the season, and all the people said that this league was for two contenders, to Manchester, and this for sure is a great team. But this team was a great team also last season, and then this season during the transfer market they reached the first targets, and they created a team, an important team. But if you remember, I said this before, we must pay great attention, not only in England, because Manchester City is building a strong team to lead in Europe, in the world. We must pay great attention because we play in this league, and but at the same time, I think that Manchester City is a really good team. To have these 15 wins in a row, I think that also you must be also lucky, because in many games they won at the last minute or 5 minutes to go. Yeah, and when you have this type of run, for sure, also you must be a bit lucky. But I repeat, they are deserving this, and we must have great respect. But at the same time, we have to try to find the right solution to contend the title, to try to fight them, and. We have to try to do this, not only Chelsea, but also Manchester United, Tottenham, Arsenal, Liverpool, the 6 top teams, the 5 top teams.
So, Antonio, you still think you can contend for the title? Do you still think it's a possibility? You haven't totally ruled out catching up?
But, and you are doing me this question for. Every time, but I think that my answer is also always the same, and the only problem that it's passing time, no, and yeah, and
time is moving on.
Yeah, the time is moving on. Yeah, and they are continuing to win. This is only the problem, because if you remember, you started to ask me about this situation from maybe 1-2 months ago.
The only reason I ask is because after the West Ham game, you seem to say that the title was over and they're gone, but now you seem to say that actually it's impossible to catch them.
Yeah, but when I speak, and I repeat, and we must be realistic, because in the last 9 games, we won 7 games. Draw 1 in Liverpool and lost 1. And the distance, the gap improved for Manchester City, and it means that in 9 games, when you win in 9 games 7 times, and draw only once against Liverpool, that is possible. To draw against Liverpool, and to lose only one game, and to stay 14 points less.
How hard is that to keep going when they are so relentless?
No, but I think that we must go game by game. To look at ourselves, because as I said before, tomorrow it won't be easy to win the game, and Manchester City knew very well, because they played two games ago against them, and they solved the situation only 96 minutes.
Is that why you say you said you expect to suffer tomorrow? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, for sure, because especially when you play against a bad defeat. Especially when you play at home and you have a bad defeat, like last defeat against Leicester. Yeah, I think that there is great attention of your opponent, of the coach, of the club, because they don't want to continue a bad run, and to try to give a great answer against a good team like Chelsea. But I repeat, and maybe three games ago, Manchester City won against them only at 96 minutes.
Can I ask you about Michy Batshuayi? How do you see, or what do you see his role in your team?
He's part of my squad.
Is he ready to? Do you think ready to start in the Premier League? I only ask because obviously Morata didn't play in the week and he didn't start.
Yeah, but Batshuayi was out for 3 weeks because he had a problem in his ankle, and then he struggled a bit to find the right physical condition. Now I think he's starting to stay in a good form, and but if you remember Batshuayi, if you compare Batshuayi, the games that he's playing in this season, if you compare last season, he's playing, and he didn't play only in the period when he was injured. Otherwise, he played, and don't forget, we played the Community Shield with him and the start 11, and then we started our season with him. I repeat, and I try to make the best decision for the team, and when I decide the formation, the last part of the body that I see is the head.
Joe.
Antonio, have you had a meeting yet with the directors, or will you have a meeting to discuss which players in January you might want to bring in or let go? Do you have a meeting planned?
But I think that yeah, it's right. It's right to have a meeting with the club about the transfer market in January. Yeah, but as you know very well, and I stay here to work. I stay here. I'm a coach. Yeah, and for the transfer market, there is the club, and you have to ask to the club.
But do you have areas that you want to strengthen and players you think will do that job?
But as you know very well, because I said this before, and I can give my opinion to my club, but the last the last word is of the club, and I have to respect every decision of the club. Yeah, but this must be very clear.
Hi Antonio. Charlie Masonda signed a new contract last week. Do you see him maybe going on loan in January, or does he have a future in the first team with you?
Yeah, but I'm happy for him because yeah, it was right. It was right to sign a new contract, and the club, I think, took the right decision for this. And the player the same. I think the player took the right decision to sign a new contract with the club. And then for his future, I think that the club and the players and they will take the right decision.
Liam, please.
Antonio, the system that we saw against Huddersfield with Hazard as like a false nine, you've played that a few times in the last couple of years, I think in 4 games, and you've won all of them quite convincingly. What is it about that system that makes it so effective, and maybe what is it about Hazard in that system that makes it so effective?
Yeah, but we played in this way last season, and I remember very well. And then I think this could be a good option because I think you don't give a point of reference of your opponent, and you can play with the 3 players very good technically and also very fast, very good in 1v1, creative players. But at the same time, and to play in this way, and it's very important to have a good balance. And if our 3 strikers wants to sacrifice without the ball to give us the right balance, yeah, I think this could be a good option for the present, for the future. But I repeat, it will be very important to understand that to play with 3 strikers with this characteristic, we need to have a good balance. We need to have a good balance. Otherwise, you risk to lose the game. You risk to have a lot of counter-attack. I don't want this, but I think my players know very well what I want.
Okay, thanks guys.